So recently I found out that one of the most Googled things about planes is whether or not they can reverse. So in this video, we're going to talk about whether planes can reverse. So in order to test whether planes could reverse, I thought what I needed to do was, first get over how mad the idea sounded in my head, because as a pilot of a single engine plane, I can't help but think, why would you want...
With no wing mirrors or rear view mirrors?
Why would you want to make a plane reverse? So the answer in my head was obviously, no, that's mental. Anyone else want to second that?
I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes, I think they can.
So I immediately had to try this out. So I went on Amazon and I bought myself a little plane.
I've just taken delivery of my Lightning Fighter. Doesn't that sound cool? I'm going to go build it. These things take so long to wind up. Don't know how far to go because the thing will probably fall apart. It's not exactly sturdy. All right. I have prepared and wound up my rubber band plane, and oh no, the wheel's fallen off again. Oh god, this thing's rubbish. I'm pretty sure that by winding the propeller backwards, when I release this, the plane will reverse, but we shall see. Okay, can planes reverse? Test trial. Oh. This wheel is driving me crazy. All right. Can I reverse a rubber band plane? Test one. Hey! You did that. There you go. It managed to reverse and it didn't completely shatter itself to pieces. So that's overwhelming success. I think the answer is yes, you can reverse a plane. Why you would want to, I have no idea. I'm still not 100% convinced. I think, if I'm honest, we probably need more power.
So I've bought this remote control plane so that we can try reversing it with a bit more power. I'm obviously not going to do anything with myself. I'm going to give it straight to MacGyver. He's going to absolutely hate this.
Hello, everybody.
Oh my god, you bought that?
Lee,
He's got a new toy.
I've got you a present, mate.
Oh no.
I need you to make it go backwards, mate.
I thought you already did this. You just wind the propeller the other way. Oh, it's a different one. Okay, fine.
Once more, I have fallen victim to John's ambition. This time, to make a remote controlled aircraft go backwards. Let's see what we have here. Actually quite a nice little plane. Seems a shame to destroy it. I have a few ideas how this might work. Hopefully we can do something a little bit elegant, and if not, well, we might have to go end up destroying the plane, but that's it, let's wait and see. Unfortunately, due to the way that the aeroplane's been put together, if I take the board out, it will disconnect the wires, and I suggest that it will probably never fly again. So let's take the easy route to start with. So there's two more things that we can do. One of those is to, as I've recently said, reverse the polarity to the DC motor. And the other way is to take one of these spare propellers, heat them up, and then change the angle of attack on them to put them into effectively beta mode. So let's try that. Gonna be enough? Well, let's put everything back together and then we'll give it a test. Okay, moment of truth. So, without trashing it too much, it looks like planes can go backwards. Well, there's 30 minutes I'll never get back.
Right, I'm here at MacGyver's house, and he's been working on the little yellow plane that I gave him, albeit a little bit reluctantly. So come on then, let's see. What have you done? Show it. Yes. Does it go backwards?
It does go backwards. It's got a backwards prop and a forwards prop. So you have to land it, and then the support team comes out, and they change the prop.
It's brilliant.
And then it can be reversed.
Let's do it.
There you go.
Hey!
Into the John hanger. Yeah. Yeah, stop! Now that is short field.
Yeah, I mean, it almost comes backwards.
Yeah. It works like that, yeah.
Right, should we try it with the real pilot?
Go for it. It's done. I don't know what
That's it, cut the engine, cut the power.
Final to land. Oh my goodness, oh!
Where'd your plane land?
It was close. I overshot the runway a little bit, but we survived.
Where is it?
We were caught
Look
by
at
the
that.
conifer.
Tree landing.
Having never flown a remote control aircraft before,
It's in one piece, mate.
I think we did pretty good. Glide approach and everything on the first ever flight. Maiden voyage.
So, we've seen the videos, we've proven that it can happen, but should it happen and does it happen in real life? Those are the vital questions that we need to get to the bottom in this very highbrow video. So, can planes and do planes go backwards?
Go on, Tim.
Oh.
All this knowledge, look. Go.
Well, the answer is it depends.
I love that we're cutting straight to the facts.
It depends on the aeroplane. And it all depends how you think thrust is developed.
Oh, now we're getting into the complicated terms. So go on then.
I like
Explain.
Thrust is developed by a propeller, right?
It is on a propeller plane, right?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So how does a propeller work?
It's like a wing.
Right. It's a wing. It's basically a wing that's rotated very, very quickly. I mean, it's really a rotor blade, but let's not go there. So it generates a lower pressure in one part at the front, and like a normal wing, it needs an angle of attack, okay? And it needs to be between 4 and 17 degrees to work effectively. So if you've got a variable pitch prop, that angle of attack can be changed between 4 and 17 degrees, depending on whether you're in the cruise or taking off or whatever.
Because we have a cruise prop.
We have a cruise prop fixed.
Which means that it's terrible for things like taking off
Yes.
and aerobatics.
Yes.
But in the cruise, it's phenomenal.
Very efficient.
Also
Very-
terrible for going backwards.
It is also suboptimal deeply for going backwards, as in it won't. So, with piston engine planes, they don't tend to have much, well, they tend to be stuck with an angle of attack, an alpha, of 4 degrees or more. And there's not really any point having less than 4 degrees, because piston engine planes don't go that fast, so you don't really need that reverse thrust for anything. And it's probably not terribly good for the engine. And if you try to use reverse thrust on a piston engine plane, it sends all manner of crap for an object.
I was going to say, you think
everywhere.
it's not very good for the engine. It's also not very good for the fuselage.
It's not good for anything, or anybody stood in front of you. So, generally speaking, the aeroplanes that can do it are turboprops.
So what you're saying is we need to see a turboprop aeroplane.
That would be the dream.
If only we had a turboprop.
If only we had a turboprop plane. What is it? What is it? What is it?
It's PC-12. You're joking. Turboprop. Polaris. My favourite plane.
Looks like a PC-12.
Oh no, it's going to get... We are not giddy enthusiasts.
No, it's going to get out there. It'll be like a big piper or something.
It is a PC-12! So we're all nerding out because we've just seen a PC-12 arrive, and we're going to go and ask him if he can go backwards in it. Can have a ride.
So, at the moment, this is fully feathered. Okay, this is how you glide it in if you had an engine feathered. This is your leading edge. And of course, when you start the engine up, these propeller blades will change position, okay? And if you get that propeller blade to go less than 4 degrees angle of attack, then you're into the beta zone. Send it negative, and yeah, you'll get reverse thrust. The plane goes backwards. You can send the prop position into beta, can't you?
Yep.
Send it to negative.
So, and we do when we're landing on this aircraft. So landing here, immediately after landing, you'll go into beta and then into reverse, and it will just give you then forward thrust to actually be braking. So you're not having to lock the tyres up on the grass.
Have you ever done that? Have you ever actually reversed it?
Yeah, I've reversed it a few times into advanced station. You've got to be very careful reversing wise. You can do it on a few aircraft. Beach King Airs, this one. There's a few machines you can do it, but when you then stop, when you're going backwards, it can tip on its tail. So you have to be really careful when you actually come to a stop if you're reversing it. And then you have to also be very careful because you can't see much behind you. So, and you want to be doing it on a clean surface as well because of the vortex that's kicked up by the prop, it can actually ingest then foreign objects and things into the turbine doing it.
So the answer is yes, you can reverse a plane.
Yes, you can reverse this aeroplane. Only on the ground though.
That's amazing.
What a stroke of luck the day that we're filming a video about planes going backwards. A plane that can go backwards arrives at this very airfield.
My favourite plane.
So, apart from the Pilatus, which is a turboprop, and we've talked about turboprops and angling the propeller back a little bit like we did with the rubber band one and the electric one, what else? So jets, can they do this?
So jets do have reverse thrust, but they're only really used to slow the aeroplane down on landing. So the reverse thrust on a jet only really works very well at reasonably high speeds. It doesn't work very well at low speeds. And a lot of the modern high bypass ratio turbofans, only the cold air is subject to reverse. So that means you've got a hot core that's pushing air out the back, and then you've got all the cold air that's ducted around the outside. Obviously, if you tried to reverse, you'd have the hot air being pushed out the back and the cold air being sent to the front, and it wouldn't work very well. They also worry about foreign object damage, and as when we were talking to the guy in the Pilatus, they worry about anybody stood in front of it. They worry about terminals, and you can imagine it picking up.
That propeller on that Pilatus is terrifying.
It is terrifying.
It looks like a weapon.
Yeah, it really is. And so, that's awesome. So really, jets don't really use, even the ones that could do it mathematically, it makes no sense to do it.
Another big consideration with the bigger jets when they've got 4 engines on is only the 2 on the inside goes to fuselage reverse. Otherwise, it could potentially rip the wings off.
There have been accidents where reverse thrust has been deployed incorrectly while in flight, and it literally does that. It does that even in a 2-engine plane. It's not good. It is not good.
Okay, so in summary then, unless anyone's got anything else to add, planes, can they reverse? The answer is yes, planes can reverse. But the obvious caveat to that is, why? Why?
Limited aircraft can do it, and of those aircraft that can do it, they only do it for very limited use.
And primarily for slowing down, not actually for going backwards.
Not really.
Unless you're at an air show.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, and we've got a video of it happening at an air show, haven't we?
Yes.
Do you know what? We'll show you that.
With the show of the flag, the display crew brings the display to an end.